Please be seated. Good morning, everyone. On behalf of all of us at the Millennium Challenge Corporation, thank you for joining us to celebrate this partnership between the United States and Côte d'Ivoire. We are honored to have President Ouattara with us today. Thank you for joining us, Mr. President. Thank you for your leadership. Without it, we would not be here today. As President Trump noted during a lunch with African leaders during this year's United Nations General Assembly, Côte d'Ivoire has made impressive economic reforms that make the country more business-friendly. President Ouattara, when you made the decision 5 years ago to use the MCC scorecard to guide governance and business climate reforms, you started us down a path that led us here today. Your leadership and the commitment seen across the government of Côte d'Ivoire has led to real change. So while today's compact signing marks an exciting new phase of our collaboration, we would be remiss if we did not pause and mark the great strides made thus far. This compact will build on a solid foundation of progress established in Côte d'Ivoire and will help to realize a stable and more prosperous future for the Ivorian people. I'd like to thank Territano and Secretary General Achi for their leadership, and Ida Ndeye Riddick and her team for what has been a true collaboration in developing the compact we're here to sign. I would also like to recognize every member of MCC's Côte d'Ivoire team, many of whom are here today, led by the very capable David Weld. Let me also thank the members of Congress and MCC board members who have shown support for this compact and MCC's overall mission. I would like to also recognize the important contributions made by partners, some of whom are with us in the room today, including U.S. government colleagues from the Embassy in Abidjan, USAID, the Department of Treasury, Department of Commerce, as well as bilateral and multilateral partners, including the African Development Bank, the World Bank, the Japanese International Cooperation Agency, and the French Development Agency. MCC always seeks to partner with organizations that share our goal of generating economic growth to help people lift themselves out of poverty. Thank you to members of the business community in the United States and Côte d'Ivoire, including the U.S. Chamber of Commerce in Abidjan. Before I close, I'd like to say just a few words about the compact. This compact is a $524 million investment in the future of Côte d'Ivoire and its people. As we all know, Côte d'Ivoire is an economic and cultural hub in West Africa, a longtime strategic and economic partner of the United States. But a narrowly focused economy has held the nation back from achieving its full potential. This compact will work to diversify the nation's economy by targeting two constraints to growth: access to a skilled workforce and the mobility of goods and people in Abidjan, Côte d'Ivoire's commercial capital. The single biggest concern we heard from the private sector as we worked to develop this compact was their inability to find skilled workers. We heard this from businesses big and small, national and international. The Compact Skills Project will take on this challenge. We will focus on improving basic literacy and numeracy skills in secondary education, complemented by an innovative technical and vocational training model that is closely linked with the actual needs of the private sector. Complementing this, the Transport Project will focus on rehabilitating key roads in Abidjan to enable people and goods to move more freely throughout the busy city and its strategic port. With 20% of the nation's population living in Abidjan, unlocking congestion will create opportunities to buy and sell products, expand businesses, improve access to key services, and open up greater trade. This compact is expected to benefit more than 11 million people. In a country where more than half of the population is under the age of 24, it will help to shape a strong, stable future for Côte d'Ivoire. So in closing, this compact is all about creating opportunities and stability for citizens and businesses in Côte d'Ivoire, West Africa, and in the United States. The exceptional progress and partnership that we've seen thus far in our collaboration makes MCC all the more excited to sign this compact today. Thank you again for being here today. Thank you for the work that you've all done to bring us to this point. Thank you for the strong leadership, Mr. President, and the support that I know will continue as we move this ambitious effort forward. Now it's my honor to introduce Ambassador Stephanie Sullivan, who will provide some remarks on behalf of the Deputy Secretary of State Sullivan.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Merci, Jonathan.
It is my great privilege to host this event and to welcome President Ouattara and the Ivorian delegation to the Department of State as we begin a new chapter in our bilateral relationship. Soyez les bienvenus. I would also like to acknowledge Minister of Economy and Finance, Côte, who will be signing the compact on behalf of Côte d'Ivoire, and, of course, Jonathan Ash for his leadership of the Millennium Challenge Corporation. My thanks as well to members of the business community, both from the United States and abroad, as well as to representatives from civil society and other friends of Côte d'Ivoire who are here with us this morning. The Millennium Challenge Corporation, or MCC, is an innovative mechanism to achieve security and prosperity in developing nations around the globe. The MCC uses a distinct model of assistance, which is driven by private sector dynamics and market demand. By granting assistance based on how well a country is upholding economic freedom and good governance, the MCC has a powerful accountability mechanism for encouraging transparency and success. Therefore, the signing of an MCC compact is not only a great opportunity, but it also serves as a mark of great distinction. Today, we have gathered to celebrate and to commemorate this important achievement by the Republic of Côte d'Ivoire. Before a country can become eligible to receive assistance, MCC's Board of Directors examines its performance on independent and transparent policy indicators. In 2013, Côte d'Ivoire had passed only 5 of the 20 MCC indicators. Yet, since that time, Côte d'Ivoire has worked extremely hard to adopt MCC's scorecard as a roadmap for effective reform. That commitment to instituting positive change and driving economic growth is evident in the country's anti-corruption campaign and its outstanding 9% average annual growth over the past 5 years. Using MCC's scorecard to drive national reforms, Côte d'Ivoire has made dramatic improvements. The country has overhauled a number of laws to ensure equal access to economic rights for both women and men, and has worked to dramatically improve the time and cost it takes to start a business. In the most recent scorecard, Côte d'Ivoire passed 14 of the 20 MCC indicators. I think that deserves a round of applause. In particular, Côte d'Ivoire has made profound changes in the ruling justly aspect of the scorecard and is now ranked in the top quartile of its peers for controlling corruption. The country has instituted a number of policies which expand civil liberties and political rights for all of its citizens. An MCC partnership will build on this impressive progress by helping the people of Côte d'Ivoire tackle the remaining barriers that could impede the growth of the Ivorian economy. This compact specifically seeks to strengthen workforce and transportation infrastructure, as Jonathan pointed out. These are 2 critical components needed to drive economic progress in this important West African hub. In doing so, the $524.7 million compact supports the country's goal to diversify its economy and to create sustainable and inclusive economic growth in Côte d'Ivoire. Compact efforts will increase access to secondary education by constructing and supporting up to 84 new schools. The compact will also support the Ministry of National Education to create a national gender policy to help ensure that girls have the same access to education as their male peers. Empowering girls is essential to development and to have a more productive and equitable economy and community. By working with the private sector, the compact also plans to implement a new technical and vocational education training model. This training model will equip the workforce of Côte d'Ivoire with the relevant skill sets needed for future employment opportunities. An educated workforce will help businesses expand and will draw in more regional and international partners looking for quality investment opportunities. As the workforce grows, the Compact recognizes the need to improve the movement of workers, goods, and services around Côte d'Ivoire's economic capital, Abidjan, which is also home to 1/5 of Côte d'Ivoire's population. The Compact seeks to rehabilitate up to 32 kilometers of highly congested roadway and the infrastructure that supports it. It will also provide a blueprint for managing infrastructure in the years to come by equipping local authorities with the training they need to maintain, monitor, and continue to improve the infrastructure. Investments in the city's transportation network will improve efficiency, help reduce traffic, make roadways safer, and enable more people and goods to travel through the economic corridor and throughout West Africa. The partnership between the United States and Côte d'Ivoire is an important one, and a closer economic relationship between the United States and Côte d'Ivoire will better advance security and stability in all of West Africa. The future of Côte d'Ivoire is bright. We are encouraged by the government's commitment to this partnership, including its own planned contribution of $22 million to support our shared efforts and the significant reforms under the leadership of President Ouattara. So many people in this room have done a great deal to get us to this point, and I want to thank you all for your many efforts and for your dedication. I join you in celebrating a new chapter in the U.S.-Ivorian relationship as we look to the many opportunities that lie ahead. We also look forward to working with Côte d'Ivoire on the United Nations Security Council beginning in January, where Côte d'Ivoire will join our efforts to promote peace and security around the world. Thank you all for joining us. And now I would like to respectfully invite President Ouattara to say a few words.
Thank you very much, dear Ambassador Stephanie Sullivan, Acting Principal Deputy Secretary of the State, representative of the U.S. government, distinguished ministers, Mr. Jonathan Nash, Interim CEO, Millennium Challenge Corporation, ladies and gentlemen, Sir Sullivan, I would like to express our deepest gratitude to His Excellency President Donald Trump, his cabinet, and the American people for the warm welcome we received for all the delicate marks of attention that have been shown to us since our arrival in the United States of America. I must am a frequent visitor to Washington, but unfortunately, since I've been elected in 2010, 2011, it's been a while since I've been here, so I'm enjoying myself being again in Washington. I'm very pleased to be here today for the signing of Côte d'Ivoire's first compact program, and to celebrate with you this very important event. The journey was long, but worth undertaking to come to this day of celebration. Emerging from a political crisis in 2011, negatively affected by months of conflict, no one could have expected that Côte d'Ivoire, within a 3-year period, would have become eligible to a threshold program in December 2014, and a year later they declared eligible to develop a compact program. This was made possible because Côte d'Ivoire managed to significantly improve its performance on the MCC indicators. As you said, passing from 5 in 2011 to 14 of the 20 in 2016, which was ultimately crowned by the approval of the first compact program for Côte d'Ivoire. This was one of the fastest and most broad-based improvements recorded by MCC for a country which now refers to Côte d'Ivoire as the MCC effect country. And to be honest with you, this was not a surprise to me or an accident. Yes, I know my administration. As I said yesterday at the World Bank and also with the board of the IMF, I think I have a first-class team, so bravo to you. My administration set out on a specific plan to rapidly climb the ranks on these indicators as part of the nation's recovery strategy. In this regard, MCC has been a great partner for us throughout this recovery process. As we were embarked on a series of reforms with the willingness to build a country grounded on the rule of law, the respect of democratic principles, good governance and human rights, the MCC principles and indicators were very useful. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to take this opportunity to express my gratitude to the United States government for this important grant. They wrote here 525 million, but Mr. Nash said 524.7. So I should correct that. Patrick, we're missing 300,000. So 524.7 million, which will enable Côte d'Ivoire to implement the projects targeted in the priority sectors of transport, education, and vocational training. And as Secretary Sullivan said, Abidjan is a very big city, now nearly 6 million. That's 1/4 of the population of our country. So the skills project, which is 30% of the grants, will improve the employability of young people and the productivity of the private sector. And the Abidjan Transport Project, 55% of the grants is welcome and will increase the competitiveness of Abidjan as the country's main growth pole, as I mentioned. The projects selected through a very rigorous methodological approach respond definitely to our major challenges. Indeed, in a country where the private sector is the main engine of growth and where 70% of the population is aged under 35, private sector productivity as well as youth employment are major critical issues. We have therefore no doubt that these projects are going to have a decisive impact. Beyond the projects themselves, the lessons drawn, the methodology, the knowledge and know-how transfer will serve as a strategic tool for bigger structural transformation. As we are preparing to sign this agreement, I would like to assure you of our commitment and that of the Ivorian government and people to take all the necessary measures to guarantee the quality and timeliness of the program implementation. As far as the indicators are concerned, moving backward is not an option for us. And our ambition is to pass 20 indicators by the end of the compact and to pave the way. And to pave the way for a second compact as from 2017 or 2020, they said 2024. So we want to do it even faster. Ladies and gentlemen, let me extend my warmest congratulations to our experts team on both sides, who worked tirelessly in a spirit of mutual understanding during the entire process. I think this shows the trust
les progrès
between
que nous avons réalisés.
the Americans
Je vois
and
qu'il y a un
Ivorians.
esprit de confiance
Congratulations
entre les deux pays.
to the Ivorian
voudrais
team,
vous exprimer
experts
mes
and focal points.
félicitations.
I see
Je
many
voudrais
of them
remercier
here,
tous les experts qui
who
ont
work hard
travaillé en ce
with
sens,
devotion
qui ont
to
travaillé avec
help
dévouement
achieve
pour
this unprecedented
assister cet
performance
événement
for our
qui
country.
nous ont aidés à
Very special
être là où nous
thanks
sommes
to the
aujourd'hui.
MCC team,
Je voudrais exprimer mes
leaders
chaleureux
and staff
remerciements à l'équipe
who
du
have been very
MCC,
helpful
au personnel
and
qui a été
supportive
toujours
all along the
serviable
process.
et soutenu.
My team
Je
asked
voudrais
me
aussi,
to
mon
convey
équipe
our special
m'a
gratitude
demandé de pouvoir
to
remercier
Jason Small
aussi
and David Well,
à Jason
who
Small
showed
et
an
David Wells, qui
exceptional
ont
commitment
démontré un dévouement
and professionalism.
exceptionnel
So
dans
thank
ce
you
projet
to both
et
of
aussi
you.
beaucoup de professionnalisme. Merci beaucoup.
In closing, Madam Acting Secretary,
Je voudrais,
I would like to
pour
reiterate
clôturer,
my
Madame
sincere
Secrétaire, je
thanks to the
voudrais
people of the
réitérer,
United States,
mon
the U.S.
remerciement
administration,
au
as
peuple
well
des
as the
États-Unis,
Millennium
à
Challenge
l'administration
Corporation
américaine et aussi
for
au
their
MCC
constant
pour
commitment,
leur
support,
dévouement,
and trust.
support et
This
confiance.
compact
Ce
Côte d'Ivoire
compact
program
entre
is a
la Côte d'Ivoire
testimony
et les États-Unis
of a
est
strong
un
ties
témoignage
between our
de liens
countries, our
forts
two
entre les deux
countries,
pays.
and a testimony,
Et
a
c'est un
testament
témoignage,
to the United
aussi un
States government
testament
confidence
de la
in Côte
confiance
d'Ivoire's bright
du
future.
gouvernement
I
américain.
wish the MCC compact
Je
Côte d'Ivoire
souhaite
every
à la Côte d'Ivoire
success.
et je souhaite
Long
au
live
MCC plein succès.
Ivorian American
Et
Corporation. Thank
je
you.
vous remercie tous de votre présence. Merci.
You want to second that?
Il a dit, je
Thank
vais
everybody for
signer un
joining us today.
deuxième
We
compact.
welcome you
Merci
to,
de vous
join
joindre
us
à
for a
nous.
reception
Alors
here
nous
on the
vous
side.
invitons
Thank you.
à rejoindre, je vous joindre à la réception. Merci beaucoup.